Hello, America. I hope you're doing well. Welcome to the last review of Love After Lockup, 2 hour season finale. My eyebrows aren't done. It is 11:56. I have to be sleep by 1:30 so I can get up and go to work for 2 hours earlier. So, yay. And be on time. Like, what? If you all don't know, a new episode of the Awkwardly Acceptable podcast is out right now. You can find that up here. Also, you can find music. I have 2 songs that are in my podcast. Tell me which one you like, and I may put it on YouTube. Tomorrow I will be dropping a new song. Well, a song that you've heard if you listen to my podcast, but whatever. Also, I do have a Patreon. You can follow me there. And once I quit this stupid ass job, I will have more time devoted to my Patreon people. You can find exclusive downloads for my songs and also content that I don't upload to YouTube. The Cavs played and then they started losing, so it was like, fuck it. So I started watching a little bit late. That's why I'm doing this late. Bro. There wasn't any really surprises other than maybe Scott and Lizzie, but I don't know. I don't know. It wasn't as drama filled and drama packed as hit. It wasn't like, really drama filled, but it was enough to keep me held over until a new episode, a new season, which is coming out this summer, which is absolutely crazy because am I ready for new people? Am I ready for this new experience? I don't really think that I am. Caitlin says she hasn't spoken to Matt since he was readmitted into jail, since he got a re-entry ticket to go back to jail. She's going over his mother's house because the bail hearing is today, and this will determine whether or not he gets bail, and also just if he gets bail, because I don't think they didn't talk about anything else because they have to go to a trial. So his mother is very just like, I kind of knew that this would happen. This is what happens with Matt. And he may very well not get bail because he is a 55-time felon. Caitlin then says, well, it's up in the air. He could get bail. And the way that Matt's mother looked at her, like, nigga, this is not a game. This is not a joke. You laughing and shit, but my son is going back in jail. But I mean, it's not anyone's fault, but his own. So they schedule a video visit. Matt is talking. Matt is like, hey, you gonna bail me out? And she is like, and he like, what? Like, what you mean? And she like, how do you know that you're gonna get bail? He's like, of course I'm gonna get bail. I'm gonna get bail. The thing that I'm not thinking about is, why are you doubting him on his ability to get bail? He is a career criminal. He knows the legal system better than you ever could, girl. Like, what are you talking about? What? Of course. So he's like, you gonna bail me out? And she like, what if the bail is like $5,000? I don't have $5,000 to come up with. She says in her confessional that she doesn't know if she's gonna bail him out. She doesn't want to be there and continuously cleaning up after his mistakes. And I'm still trying to figure out when she cleaned up after this man. I'm very confused, and I'm just really confused. When did you help this man out in any way? To be quite honest, I don't know. I don't know. So I'd love to know, because I'm confused. But he says that he did not steal the car. He says that He's going to enter an innocent, uh, guilty. What am I trying to say? He says that he's going to enter an innocent plea and that, he just maintains his innocence. Obviously, they talking over a recorded line, so he would maintain his innocence, but I ain't going to say nothing, okay? I'm not going to say anything. I'm just going to say that in the next scene, they are at his bail hearing. Matt and his public defender attorney is not there. Is not. They are not there. And they're in this like big screen, this big video screen someplace else. They said, nigga, you not about to be with the population. Sit your ass back there. So, I mean, I can't really remember what was said, but I'm pretty sure that the public defender brought up his history, of being a 12-time felon, because Matt was looking like, you nigga, like, how dare you? And, after all of that, Matt did get bail. The bail was $7,500 or 10%, which would be $750. Caitlin is like, $750 is a chunk of change. I don't know where I'm going to get this from. I could go to a bail bondsman and, bail him out, but I'm really conflicted as to what to do. So she goes back to see his mother, and she's like, I don't really know what I should do. Should I bail him out? Should I not? I'm just really conflicted. The mother is like, well, I don't know, because I've never bailed him out, so I don't know what like the next steps would be. So she bails him out. Then you see Matt. Matt is driving a car. Matt says that the car that he was picked up in, he rented from someone, and he didn't know that it was a stolen vehicle. Okay, Matt. Who? How do you rent? First of all, rent implies that you have money to pay. That's number one. I'm renting this apartment. Why? Because I'm paying money. You rent a car. Okay, you don't. Okay, I ain't got nothing else to say about that. Okay, but Matt is pulling up there. He said that he was supposed to bail out, then he was supposed to go straight and see Caitlin and talk about their problems, but he did not do that. He went to his friend Sam's house, and he's been staying there, and he's on his way to get clothes from from his mother's house. I was about to say Caitlin's house, like she got a damn house. She doesn't. So he gets there, she's doing laundry, and I'm like, are you still living with his mother? Yes, she is. She's living with his mother. He says, I'm just here to pick up clothes. She's like, oh, I thought that we were going to talk. He's like, I mean, what? We've been arguing a lot. We don't really communicate the way that we're supposed to. And, it's just been a lot. That this is what Matt is conveying to her and also to the camera. Caitlin says in her confessional that Matt knew all the right things to say when he was in prison, but now since he's gotten out, it's like chasing a wild toddler around. I do feel bad for Caitlin because she is going through the death of her mother, but it's just like it was a prison relationship. I'm confused. I'm very confused. Caitlin finally says that, the plan was to get me and him out of his mother's house, but now I'm just focused on getting myself out of his mother's house. And then she goes out. She's like, you know what? I'm done. It's done. It's over. Whatever. We through. Matt then brings up that they haven't had sex since Christmas. I would have loved to have a time limit on this, but they didn't give me that. And she's like, well, you's probably sleeping with somebody else. And I'm like, he goes outside while she's outside smoking a cigarette. And he just goes outside and just looks at her. And she's like, I have nothing else to say. I'm sorry that I blah, blah, blah. All that shit. And he's like, yeah, it's sad that it's ending. And my husband was watching it. And he's like, He cares. He just don't know how to say it. I'm like, he just has the, prison mentality where it's just like, I mean, I guess in a different world, you and Matt could be happy together, but who is Matt without prison? I mean, he's been in prison so long, you don't know who that man is. So Matt goes back in the house. He's rubbing his dog. Caitlin gets in the car. So Matt goes back in the house. He's rubbing his dog. Caitlin gets in the car and she's like, and drives off, I think. I can't remember. Then we get the update that Matt is still out of jail. He's awaiting trial. He's living with his new girlfriend. And also, Caitlin and them are broken up. They didn't say anything about Caitlin's situation, if I'm not mistaken. Or maybe I just didn't read it, but I feel like they didn't say anything other then they're not together. And my back is hurting. This is why I am moving around. So that took 13 minutes to tell one story. Oh my gosh. Last episode, Tracy broke up with Clint. He threw his phone. He was like, "Are you guys happy? She doesn't love me. But she called, she apologized, and now they're back together. Um, when he was talking in the room, he had on that orange shirt or jumpsuit, so I thought he was in prison. I thought they were talking to him in jail because it was like, what do you, what? What do you have on? But I digress. He's going to pick her up, and then we get to see Tracy for the first time. Tracy looks bad. Tracy she's lost a lot of weight. Her head looks too big for her neck, and she's just lost a lot of weight. She says that it's because she got released because of overcrowding, and it was a county jail and the conditions were bad and the food was gross, so she stopped eating. So I'm guessing that's how she lost weight. But it's just like, anyway, so she gets on the bus. I thought it was a prison bus, but I guess it's not. I don't know. She gave the person a ticket, but it just seemed like a folded up piece of paper to me. So I was really confused by that. But she gets on the bus. She has on like the thermal and I think some pants. She then changes on the bus. you know they have like people looking and stuff, but I don't know. I don't know if that was a real scene of people looking at her, because if people were actually disturbed by that, she could have went to jail for indecent exposure. So I don't know. But she's like, I did Clint wrong. I'm just hoping that he'll show up. I'm hoping that he won't do the same thing that I did to him and leave me. And, I'm just really like, what did she say? She said that she lost a lot of weight and she knows that Clint is not going to like that. But, she's here for him and she loves him. So she's waiting on the side of the road, on not the side of the road, on the side of the highway. She's waiting there, I guess, for a good minute. She is looking very skinny. Very skinny. Okay. Very extremely skinny. She's waiting for Clint. Then he pulls up in his Camaro and he gets out, he hugs her, he picks her up, they start to kiss. Then he like grabbing her and his hand was someplace, and I ain't want to know where his hand was, but it just looked like it was in an inappropriate place. And then they get into the car and they're happy, they're in love. This is their first day together officially as a husband and wife, because she went crackhead Ann on him and left. So, now they're together, they're happy. They go to his house. He carries her over the threshold. She finally is within his weight class, so he can pick her up now. They have sex. Um, gross. Gross. He says, promise me that you won't leave me again for anything, for drugs, for people, for anything. She promises. And then, also he reproposed to her. And all this time I was thinking about that $28,000 that he owes the rental company. Where is where's he going to get that money from? I'm very confused. He can't. I don't know. I'm just really confused. I'm really confused by it all. Okay. I'm just extremely confused. So they have their shared confessional with one another. I think they were the only ones who did that. Well, the sit down confessional. Marcelino and Brittany had one, and but not together, like sitting down. So they were the only one who did that. And she says, "Thank you for loving me. Thank you for giving me another chance." They are together. They love each other. They're happy. She's going to prove everyone wrong. In the update, he was fired from his job by his ex-wife, but he works at his parents' meat market now. And Tracy and Clint are doing strong. They're together. I think that's what it said. I mean, I looked up and it was kind of flashing by, and I didn't fast forward. I didn't rewind it. So excuse me, to be quite honest. I'm a little bit sleepy as we speak. They're doing well. They're trying to prove everyone wrong and have a strong love. And Tracy did not. What was the time? What was the gap in between picking her up from the jail and her and him sitting down for that confessional? Because she looks just as skinny, just as unhealthy as she did the day she got out of prison. Her hair was the only thing that was bright and lively about her. And that's absolutely malarkey. Okay. So that's the end of their story. I wish them the best. Happy, 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 happy. Brittany and Marcelino, she's on her way. Brittany is on her way to see Amanda. Brittany walks into the room, walks into Amanda's house. She's full blown pregnant. I'm like, when did she become full blown pregnant? It makes no sense to me when she became visibly showing pregnant. But she's pregnant. They're gonna get married soon. Amanda's like still throwing jabs, like, well, not to Brittany, but to the camera, like she said that she wants to be with me. She said that she loved me, and blah, blah, blah. And it's like, girl, get over it. Okay, get over it. I I'm not gonna say what I was gonna say, but it was a very good joke. Very good. But it was mean. So it wasn't that good. So I'm just going to move on past it. So Brittany says that they're getting married. Amanda is like, so I'm going to get an invitation. You know my address. Brittany is like, I mean, are you sure you want to come? She's like, yeah, I do want to come. I'm pretty 100% sure that you're serious about this man, considering the fact that you're going to have his damn baby. So, I guess, you know, I can stop bringing up that corny ass relationship that we had. I'm not saying that their relationship was corny, but I'm saying you keep bringing this shit up as corny. Like, I don't give a fuck. She's with a man now. So in the next scene, we see Brittany. She is being picked up by Sasha and her three sisters. Her sisters are considerably younger than her, and since Brittany ran away from home at the age of 12, she wasn't close to her sisters until she got older. So I think one sister flew out from Alaska, the other sister flew out from Minnesota. Well, they flew out. Okay, they got flued out. They're here. supporting their sister. Her mother was not there, so I don't know where what's the deal with her mother, but her stepfather was there, who's been in her life since she was 7. He suffered from alcoholism along with her mother, but he was there to walk her down the aisle. So Marcelino gets picked up by his cousin, his friend, and his brother. They all go to the venue to get dressed, and the venue was really nice. I'm trying to figure out. I wish I would have seen some of like the wedding planning because this was really nice. It was better than any 90 Day Fiance wedding that I've seen on season 6. It was a very nice wedding. She got dressed up. I wish she put her hair up, but she didn't. Her father came in there and told her that he was proud of her, that he loved her, that she got through it. She said that, she did have a very sad life, but she still wants to work out a relationship with them. Her son is there. Her son and Marcelino have a good bond. He's gonna be the ring bearer. He then opened up his big ass mouth and tells the producer that he can't wait to meet his little sister. And the producer is like, "Where's your little sister at?" And he's like, "In my mama's stomach." Duh, like you dumbass nigga. And it's like, bro, nobody knew it was a girl until you opened up your damn mouth and told. And they literally had a girl. So Brittany is being walked down the aisle by her father. They exchange vows. Um, Marcelino is crying. They show Amanda in the back. Amanda got a whole ass boyfriend. I thought Amanda was a gay. So I'm like, you went through all of this talking about, oh, oh, Brittany hurt me. She hurt my feelings. We were supposed to be together forever. To turn around and bring a whole nigga. So you being piped down and you were so worried about her. But you got a whole D in your corner. Girl, get out of here. Get out of here. Get out of here. Before that they asked, does anybody object? Of course no one was gonna object. Of course Amanda wasn't gonna stand up there and say, I object. Like, what? So they kiss, they're married, they have the reception. It's nice, it's beautiful, it's lovely, it's wonderful. It was actually a really nice reception, a really nice wedding. I wish her hair was up. But it was like, it was nice. It was like time had been put into this wedding, and it was crazy because I wish I knew the time. Like, did they have a month? Did they have 2 months? Because she was kind of showing last episode when he proposed, but she was like, so it had to be like a month later. Because in a month, he got that shit together. I'm trying to figure out what that man's do. Because he got that shit together. And it looked really nice. And they had a baby girl named Zola, I think. And they're happy. They're in love. They're wonderful. It's amazing. I'm happy for them. They are literally the only success story on this show. But that's because of Brittany. Brittany's mentality was not like the rest of their mentalities. Now we gonna talk about somebody I don't want to talk about. Let's talk about Scott and Lizzie. Bro, I don't want to talk about this. Honestly, because it's all what we thought it was, okay? He's sitting crying in the bed. She go in the bed because they ain't spoken in a couple of days ever since they had that fight. She go in the hotel room. She like, bro, what's wrong? He like, I looked at my credit card statement and your stupid ass and spent $2,000. I don't get it. I don't understand. I'm already broke. She's like, what are you talking about? Like, you're talking into a pillow. Face me. So he's like, I don't have no money, bro. I'm broke. I got bills. She then says, well, if you ain't had no money, you shouldn't have been giving me no money. I mean, you're absolutely right. You are absolutely right. So, I mean, some part of me wants to say, you live and you learn, Scott, because this lady don't give three fucks about you. I'm sorry, zero fucks about you. None. Zip. She gives no fucks about you. She doesn't care about your situation. So, I mean, in a way, you played yourself. Congratulations. It was a tough lesson, but you learned it. But in the same token, it was just like she just said. So she said, basically, you ain't got no damn money. And he said, basically, no. And she said, look at me. Look at me in the eyes. She held that nigga's cheeks. And she said, if you ain't got no money, it's nothing you can do for me. You want me to need you, but I don't. And I was just like, I don't really have nothing to say. Okay. I do want to say, Lizzie's, damn, that was rude. But I mean, Scott should have been smarter with his money. You can't you allowed yourself to become a trick. So I don't really have anything to say. But Lizzie goes back and talks to Jasmine. Jasmine is overjoyed. She then gives her mother advice and says, just give him the ring back, break off the engagement. Everything that she wanted her mother to do, she's telling her to do. And Lizzie is like, I can get over him being broke, but I can't get over him lying to me. And I just feel like I was the trick. Yeah, sure you do, Lizzie. So she goes back. She tells him that, bro, we not going to be together, but we can be friends, long distance friends. And he says, okay, you said that you were going to be here for me for whatever, through whatever, but I guess that was a lie. So I don't know if there was a cigarette already in the toilet, but I think he may have threw the ring in the toilet and bro, I wouldn't have thrown that ring in the toilet because I would have pawned that bitch and got some money. What are you talking about? And threw a phone in the toilet because she said, get up and go. Basically, she said, get your ass out of here. And he said, okay, threw the shit in the toilet, got his stuff, and went. And she said, what are you talking about? Like, where are you about to go? What's going on? And he's like, you said that she was going to be here for me. You said that she was going to love me. And it was all a lie. And she's like, you're acting crazy, blah, blah, blah. And it's just like, I don't really know what to say. I mean, you can see Lizzie's personality a mile away. I mean, I don't know the new Lizzie, but the Lizzie that was on Love After Lockup, you could see her personality. It was all about money. When she told that nigga it's just money, I'm like, it's not just money. It's happiness. It's a difference between having food on the table and not thinking of it as just money. Uh, I don't know where that's from, but I know it's on Frank Ocean's album. In the next scene, we see Lizzie. Lizzie has gotten herself a job. She's working at a factory. She has gotten herself a promotion, and she has her own place. She's living in Wisconsin. She then sits down with her boss, and they discuss how it was hiring her. And she says it feels so good to be independent and not depend on a man for money and not be a stripper. And I'm like, that's exactly what you tell your boss. Exactly. Dumbass. What? If I was a stripper, I would not tell my boss I was a fucking stripper. And then we see Scott. Scott is raking his lawn. He has found a lady whose name happens to be Jasmine, which was craziness. But she is a black lady. And I was very surprised. I mean, I just thought that it was like, a coincidence that he was with Lizzie. But I guess that's not how the way, that's not how he rolls. I guess he's always like that. So Jasmine is really pretty. He says that Jasmine don't care about money. She don't care about cars. She is fun to be around. They haven't had sex, but he don't care about the sex. He just want to be around her. Um, Jasmine and Scott sit down for a confessional. She says that Lizzie used him and It should be a crime for what she did. And, Scott is a good guy. Scott seems really happy. He he seems like this is what was supposed to happen. This is what was supposed to happen, even though it was a dumbass lesson for him to learn. And he said he's only loved two people in his life, and Lizzie was one of them. This is what he said to Lizzie. It just came up in my head, and it's like, well, you picked a badass person to love, okay? In the update, Scott is paying off his debts. Him and Jasmine are taking it slow. And it also says that Lizzie is not pleased that Scott moved on so quickly. Bitch, he asked her, he said, so you wouldn't be mad if I went and got somebody else. And she said, no, I wouldn't be mad. If it makes you happy, I wouldn't care. So that's exactly what he did. He went and found somebody else, and you sitting up here acting like you can't handle it. You're not pleased he moved on so quickly. Bitch. But that's the end of their story. And then we have the creme de la creme, Sarah and Megan. Okay. Megan and Sarah. I mean, look. Was it something to write home about? No. Was it something that did it live up to the hype? No. No, not really. Sarah comes and sits down. Sarah is basically putting 20 on 10 the whole time. She's like, I'm married to him. I'm the wife. You can't talk to me like that because I'm the wife. Okay. And Megan said, bitch, I don't give a damn who you are. You're not going to talk to me like you're out of your damn mind. I didn't know that you was a fucking wife. Bitch. What? She really got Sarah together. Sarah was like, if I was the wife, I would just, if I was the side chick, I would just sit here and just tell the wife everything that she needed to know. She said, bro, I did not know that you were with him. I did not know that you were pregnant, my guy. I did not know that you were anything other than a fucking baby mama. Sarah then says, well, you're the side chick, blah, blah, blah. And you just got played. You got played. And it's like, Megan was coming back with everything that I would have said. She said, I got played, but you the one who continuously getting played. You married the man. I didn't. You pregnant with that nigga's child. I'm not. That's the thing. I'm not pregnant. I'm good. Okay. Yeah, it'll take me some time to get over this shit, but I ain't out here like your stupid, foolish ass. She then gets up. She's like, I want her to leave. Megan said, bitch, you can't tell me if I can leave or not. Let me tell you something. Even though Megan's wig is always messed up, Megan, she got a lot of respect. Okay, I gave her a lot of respect for the way that she gathered Sarah. Because after a while, she was beating a dead horse. It was like, Sarah, 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 Sarah. I didn't know that y'all was together, okay? Yeah, I get it. This is a fucked up situation. Oh, yes, I do understand. But what you're not going to do is sit up here and act like I was like, is Sarah asleep? Call me, nigga. I wasn't doing all of that. Sarah's like, you and Michael the same. Y'all always trying to blame me, other people. I see why y'all was together. He really do like different type of girls. And she said, huh, he really, really do. And Sarah gonna say, don't make this a racial thing. And Megan said, bitch, ain't nobody talking about the fact you white, ho. I'm talking about the fact you ain't got no class, ho. And she said, I'm a hoe. And she said, ho. When I tell you, Megan did not raise her voice. Now, see, that's the thing with me. I would have raised my voice because I would have been like, bitch, come here, hoe. See, I would have got mad. But Megan didn't raise her voice. Megan didn't give Sarah that attention that she wanted. That overly dramatics. that Sarah wanted. Sarah wanted for Megan to be like, "You dumbass bitch," so she could just be like, I'm pregnant and she's threatening me," or whatever. Whatever angle Sarah wanted to come, Megan shut it all down, and she handled her ass with precision. Precision. So Sarah goes in the bathroom. Megan is like, "Look, I'm not trying to be rude, but she came at me disrespectfully. You're not going to come at me disrespectfully because I didn't know about your stupid ass." So Megan goes in the bathroom. Sarah's like, "If I was the side chick, I would tell the wife everything that she needed to know." She said, "Okay, bitch, what you need to know." So they sit back down. She says, "Yes, I'm engaged. We had sex." I mean, I wouldn't have told her that I lost my virginity to her nigga because that ain't none of her business. But yeah, I was picking out, wedding dresses and wedding venues and all of the stuff that we all know. And Sarah was just like, "Wow, like he played both of us. He needs to hear this. He wouldn't expect this, blah, blah, blah." So I thought that they were then going to drive to see Michael, because that would have been the best thing. That would have been prime television right there. If they would have gotten that damn car, I know they don't like each other, but gotten that damn car and drove to see Michael, when I tell you I would have been here for it. That's what should have happened, but it didn't. It didn't. It did. So, just like clockwork, Michael calls Sarah, and Sarah's like, "I'm done. I know about Megan. I'm here with her. You done lost me. I was your only chance at survival. You a statistic. You done proved everybody right, but me, you proved me wrong. Now I got a baby by your stupid ass." All of that stuff. And it's just like, okay. Then he's like, "So you don't want me to come home? You don't want me to be there anymore? You don't want me to, like, see my daughter?" She like, "No, no, no, and no. You ruined your daughter. You ruined us. You ruined love. You ruined hope. You ruined it all. I'll raise this baby by myself." Oh, I guess. And she hangs up. Megan then goes home. Is there another part that I'm missing? Yeah, Sarah also said that she was married to a stranger, so it won't be hard to get the idea of him out of it won't be hard to fall out of love with him or stop loving him. It'll just be hard to get the idea of what she thought he was out of her head. But I don't know. Sarah could have handled that better. Like, I don't give a damn if you're a wife. That is the stupidest time in your life to say that you are a wife when you found out that your man is sleeping with someone else. He sleep next to me. That's nasty. So he messing around with you without a condom and with her without a condom. Bitch, go get checked. That's what I'm talking about. Like, what? So Megan goes home. Her father is there. She tells her father everything as usual. Her father's pissed. Her father's like, "He a snake. You cut the heads off of snakes." Her father's like, "I wish I could hurt him. I got my ways." And I was like, is her father in the mafia? Because this is what mafia people say. Okay. Um, the father says to block the number, don't have contact. She's like, "I'm not gonna have contact. I just want answers." The father's like, "Bro, you don't need answers. You've already got your answers." He's clearly already giving you your answers. She said that she was a side chick. She didn't want to be a side chick. And it's like, okay, I'm not going to blame Megan and I'm not going to blame Sarah. First of all, I am a little bit more angry at Sarah because Sarah said that he was a cheater. And if you knew that he was a cheater, why didn't you think that he could do this again? Megan just was naive, but also the signs were there. I don't get how you ignored the signs because you thought he had a cute smile or some shit. Like, it doesn't make sense. So as they are filming, like clockwork, guess who calls? Michael. Michael calls Megan and she like, "Hey bro, are you married?" He like, "I'm not about to talk about this right now." She's like, "Just answer me. Like, why can't you why you don't want to talk about it? You got something else to do? And he's like, I just don't think it's the right time to talk about this. So she hangs up the phone. Then we see Michael while he's in jail. He says to Megan that he apologized. He did want to be with Megan at first, but seeing his daughter every day, being around his daughter, how his daughter wanted both of her parents, he grew to want to be with Sarah. But then, he'd already taken Megan's virginity, and that he still loves Sarah. That he still loves Megan. He then says, Sarah, I'm sorry for hurting you. I wish that we could go back to the people that we were when we first met each other. I love you. I'm sorry for hurting you and Adriana. He didn't really say I want to be with you or anything, but he said I still love you too. And then in the update, we see that Megan is still in contact with Michael. Sarah is still in contact with Michael, and also Michael is out of jail. So, can anyone say Seeking Sister Wives, Michael edition? Because this is too damn much for me. Okay, listen. That was it. I'm done. I'm out of here. Okay. It's coming back in the summer. I'm probably gonna start, since this is gone, I'm probably gonna start to review Family or Fiance. It's on the OWN network. So yeah, that's gonna be added to my repertoire. And if anyone else has any suggestions, please let me know, because now I'm only down to 2 shows, and the 2 shows that I don't really care about. So I'm really kind of saddened by this. But if you all like this review, you can like, comment, and subscribe. It is 12:42, so I need to get to editing this video because hell no. Okay? My name is Brielle. I make beats. I sing songs. If you like what you see, come on along. Bye.